China's Li Auto just revealed the new i6. This is a Tesla Model Y rival. It's priced similarly to the Model Y, similarly to the Xiaomi U7, similarly to the Zeekr 7X. But I've got to say, it is one of the best electric cars I've seen in years. It's all in all a real complete EV. And honestly, I think you'd be impressed by how good this actually is. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. There's 7,500. I'm pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. China's Li Auto just dropped a pretty damn impressive car, the Li i6. And it's clearly positioned to take on the Tesla Model Y and, well, every car in this sector. Li Auto's i6 is the brand's entry into pure battery electric territory. It's positioned as a mid to large 5-seat SUV. It could be a 7-seater. It's as big as the Tesla Model Y L. The stretch version of the Model Y L, it's as big as that car, but it's only a 5-seater. It's got massive amounts of space on the inside. It could be a real challenger to the BMW X3, the Audi Q5, or the Mercedes GLC, but it's much roomier than those cars on the inside. The Model Y is a benchmark in this category, though, and its strong brand, charging network, established track record help it sell well in China. Its sales, in fact, in the month of September have been the best month of the year. We'll use the Model Y as our reference point. Dimensions. How big is the Li i6? Well, it's 4,950 millimeters long. That's 195 inches long. So it's a size up from the Model Y, but it's priced at the Model Y pricing. It's actually nearly 7 inches longer than the Model Y. So yeah, you can see why this car is actually going to pose some serious competition. In terms of weight, we don't know what it weighs yet, but it's got a pretty big battery pack. In fact, the battery alone, it's an 87.5 kilowatt hour battery. It weighs 623 kilograms. That's 1,373 pounds. It has an 800 volt high voltage architecture supporting 5C charging. So approximately 500 kilowatt supercharging. Meaning you can add 500 kilometers of range to that battery in 10 minutes of charging. If we compare this directly to a Model Y, charging speed of the Model Y is 250 kilowatt. So good, but obviously not in the same ballpark. Now, interestingly, most cars in China have recently changed batteries. A lot of the cars using NMC batteries, so ternary batteries, have now changed to lithium iron phosphate. And that's what this battery is, a lithium iron phosphate battery. Generally, though, lithium iron phosphate batteries have a lower energy density. However, range of this car is actually really good. It has 720 kilometers, the rear-wheel drive version, of CLTC range. That's 447 miles. Real world, probably 600 kilometers of range. Pretty similar to the Tesla Model Y long range. Model Y for 2025, Tesla has, the long range version has 600 kilometers of range, so basically the same. Now, in terms of performance, rear-wheel drive. The rear-wheel drive Li i6 has a 250 kilowatt or 335 horsepower rear motor, single motor, and that helps keep the vehicle lighter. There will be an all-wheel drive version of this car as well. Just don't have the details on that yet. But there's speculation there's going to be a GT version with over 1,000 horsepower. Sources say performance is 5.9 seconds for the Model Y, and the Li i6 is 6 seconds 0-100. Basically the same performance, right? And of course, long-range all-wheel drive Tesla is much faster at 4.3 seconds, but that's a slightly different model to what I'm comparing here. So the 800 volt architecture supports 5C charging or 500 kilowatt charging. And that means you can add 500 kilometers of range in 10 minutes, quite a bit more range than you can add. It takes about double that time to add that much range to a Model Y. So it's a big improvement in terms of charging speed. Give some context. Other cars with that charging speed: Xpeng G6, Xpeng G9, Xpeng G7, Zeekr, the Zeekr 7X, similar charging speed as well. The new Zeekr 001, the lithium iron phosphate battery version of that car actually has 1,140 kilowatt fast charging with its 900 volt architecture. So, I mean, charging speeds in the sector are just ballistic now. Pricing. Pricing starts at 35,000 US dollars for the rear-wheel drive version. However, if you're in China right now and you order, apparently within the first few weeks of it being available, you get it for $33,000 and you get some interesting extras, including a fridge. It's a big thing in China to have a fridge, so you get an extra fridge and air suspension, which obviously the Model Y does not get. In addition, the car comes standard with some pretty impressive driver assistance technology, including a roof LiDAR and advanced NOA style navigation. It shares that technology from other Li Auto models. As you can see, the design language of this car, it doesn't really look like an SUV. It kind of looks more like an MPV. And the reason it looks that way is because it's shaped to be as aerodynamic as possible. Li Auto have really kind of gone to town on trying to make cars more aerodynamically efficient and make them more slippery through the air. So that's why it looks like what it does. And to be honest, I don't think it's ugly. It's just probably doesn't look like a traditional SUV. So some people are not into that. I personally think this car is actually better for that, for becoming more efficient. Anyhow, so there are some advantages to Teslas, right? Tesla Model Y advantages. What does it have? Well, mature ecosystem in terms of software. Its Supercharge network, which, well, to be fair, is now open to other cars anyway. It does have over-the-air updates. Teslas have those, well known for those. You get improvements many years after you bought the car. And there is a global brand and support presence, plus full self-driving. But whilst those are pretty big things for Tesla, the truth is this car is the same price and it gets air suspension. It's much bigger. It's nicer on the inside. It gets two massive screens. I mean, guys, look at those screens in the car. There's two 15-inch screens right next to each other. So the passenger can watch movies and stuff while you're driving along. It's pretty cool, right? It also gets, as I mentioned earlier, an 8.8 litre built-in refrigerator. It gets rear row sunshades that pop up out of the window, out of the doors, I should say. 20 speakers, 9 airbags, and 3 interior colors. You got white, brown, and orange as well. Plus, the front seats have 10-point massage, along with ventilation and heating, of course, as well. The Li i7 has the AD Max driver assistance system powered by the NVIDIA Thor chip with a peak output of 700 tops, which is extremely fast. So Li Auto say it's capable of point-to-point navigation on urban roads and even highways as well. Now, information for the four-wheel drive version has just come out, and it has 400 kilowatt. That's 536 horsepower, meaning it can do 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. Pretty similar to the Tesla Model Y long-range all-wheel drive. To give you some comparison on price, the Tesla Model Y starts at 37,000 US dollars, so $4,000 more expensive. That's the base model. Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive, that's 37,000, and the Tesla Model Y long range is 40,000 US dollars, so 7,000 more expensive than the Li Auto. It comes standard with air suspension, a fridge, those multiple screens on the inside, 500 kilowatt fast charging, 800 volt architecture. I mean, I'm not saying necessarily that the Li Auto i6 is the better car, but in some measures it clearly is the better car. In terms of full self-driving, obviously not. But to be honest, if I had to choose between the two and I could get this Li Auto for $7,000 cheaper with all those extra features, honestly, I'd probably lean more towards the Li Auto. I think it's a really compelling proposition at this price. What do you think of the i6? I mean, Li Auto, they actually are one of the first companies in the world to actually make profit. One of the first startups. They only sell plug-in hybrids and electric cars. And they've been incredibly successful. I think people forget the fact that they made a profit before BYD did, doing the same thing, selling only plug-in hybrids and EVs. So I hope that Li Auto starts selling cars in other countries like Australia. Maybe one day the United States, if things drastically change over there, because these are really good cars, and it'd be good to see them in other markets, be able to see these options available outside of China. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets, because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount.